our 5-part series. We're going to be talking about 5 steps to a 6-figure WordPress business. Today we're going to be talking about step 2, but I also wanted to let you know that Thursday we're not going to be doing the Facebook Live. It's the 4th of July on Wednesday, so Thursday we're going to be taking off. So hopefully you guys will be having an awesome 4th of July week and weekend, and we'll all get together again a week from today for part 3 of the 5-step series. But today we're talking about step 2 of the 5 steps it takes to generate a 6-figure WordPress business for yourself. And last week we talked about step 1. So if you missed out on that, you can find the last week's presentation in this Facebook group. You can also find it on the doublestack.net/blog. So you can head over there and see the replay there as well. So last week we talked about step 1, which was you have to transform yourself. And in that transition, we were talking about leadership, we were talking about integrity, we were talking about the fundamental transformation that takes place in your business relationships, in your client meetings, and all the different types of things that you do in your business if you first transform the way that you view yourself, the way that you view your clients, the way that you view the projects that you deliver. Today, we're gonna, it's Rodney. Hey, Rodney, it's good to see you, man. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thumbs up to you too. High five. Whoop. So today we're gonna be talking about step 2, and step 2 is transform your offers. And this is a really big deal too, because as you know, last week and kind of in preparation for this series, I dug into a lot of data, and I went into all kinds of stuff. I checked out the annual surveys that come out from Stack Overflow, and I checked out the WP Dev report on WordPress revenue and income, and particularly for freelancers and developers and self-employed people that kind of work on their own or in small teams, not so much for the people that have jobs at large corporations or large agencies and things like that. So what I really wanted to focus on was, what is the WordPress economy like, and what is the lifestyle like for people who are working directly with their clients, delivering WordPress solutions for themselves in that way. And so the numbers were really interesting, because the vast majority of WordPress developers are not making it. That's the bottom line. And if you look at the average hourly rate, it's less than $30 an hour. Somewhere between $10 and $29 an hour is what the average WordPress developer is making. And if you look at Upwork, which is like one of the leading job boards, for where you can get work, the average, like it says right on Upwork, they don't even hide this, that the average rate for a WordPress project on Upwork is $194. And how is anybody supposed to make a living winning $194 projects? You just can't do it. And then on top of that, the average price for a WordPress site, that when people deliver a WordPress site, they generally charge about $1,000, maybe a little bit less than $1,000. And if you're trying to make $5,000 a month or $10,000 a month on selling sites that cost $1,000, you've got to find 5 to 10 clients every month. And not just that, you actually have to launch that many sites every month. You can't do that. It's too hard. Nobody can generate sites that fast unless you're just, mindlessly cranking out sites, and you have this. It's just a really challenging thing to do, to generate 5 to 10 websites every month for folks when you're only charging $1,000 a month. So if you're going to get to a 6-figure business, you're going to have to figure out something different. And here's the thing: one of the common scenarios when you look across all of the job proposals, all of the requests for proposals on Upwork, all of these different kinds of projects that are out there, what's the deal? And the deal is, almost all WordPress developers are offering technical solutions to problems. And of course, the technical solution to the problem is a big part of it. But the thing that's keeping everyone's rates down, and here's the other thing, by the way, if you look at the historical data over time, over the past couple of years, especially from the Stack Overflow reports, every year they do an annual survey, and they ask developers and stuff tons and tons of questions on all different kinds of things. And if you look at the historical data, you can see that the problem is getting worse for WordPress developers, not better. And the bottom line is, most WordPress developers are not able to raise their rates. They're not able to grow their business. They pretty much cap out at somewhere around $35,000 per year. That's about the rate that people charge for their work, and that's just about what they can get. So if you want to get to a 6-figure business, you're gonna have to do something different, right? You're gonna have to figure out a different approach. And what is it that the people that have these 6-figure businesses know that the people who are struggling to make an income that they don't know? And you know what it is? It's not the technical skill set. And here's one of the things that can be really frustrating for people, especially for people who have previously had a job at like a consulting firm, or like a corporation, or a large agency, or like a digital marketing agency of some sort. They might think to themselves, I just had a job where I was getting paid $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a year for my job. I know I've got the tech skills, I've got the chops to pull this stuff off. So when I go out on my own, I ought to be able to charge the same rates, because my boss was marking my time up and they were charging even more for me than what I was earning. So I ought to be able to at least charge what I was earning. And then you go out into the world and you find you can't do it. And you're frustrated because you're like, I just can't get my clients to see the value in what I'm doing. Why can't I do that? And it can be really, really frustrating. Or if you didn't have a job, yourself at a previous firm like that, then oftentimes you might have like a friend or some colleagues or some people that like in different groups or whatever, where they have the job in the consulting firms or the digital agencies, and you think to yourself, well, I can do the same stuff that they can do, and maybe you even think you can do better than they can do, and they're making so much more money than you, and you're sitting there making 35 grand a year or whatever, spinning up websites for $1,000, but they're crushing it, they're making so much more money, and you're thinking, well, where's the disconnect? We're doing the same thing. And here's what the disconnect is. It's the offer, it's the audience. You're not selling your services to a corporation looking for people with strong robust technical skills. And instead what you're doing is you're trying to reach out to people who are like business owners now. And so business owners and recruiting firms or tech firms and things like that have really different views as to what they're looking for. And like the people that you're working with on your own, like, and when you go out to reach, like when you're working for yourself as a self-employed WordPress freelancer or developer, and you're working directly with your clients, they don't care about the tech stuff. They don't probably even understand what the tech stuff even is most of the time. They may have heard terms like SEO and graphic design, responsive design, things like that, but they don't really care about that. And the thing that they care about is their business. So here's the thing. Step 2 on the 5-step process to a 6-figure business is to transform your offers. So start offering the things that your clients want. And you know what they want? They want the business outcomes. You know what they don't want? They don't want SEO. They don't want WordPress maintenance. They don't want plugin updates. They don't want nightly backups. They don't want security. All of those different types of things they don't even want them. They don't even really want the website. You know why they don't want the website? Because if they could get just as many clients, just as many calls, just as many, whatever it is that they're trying to sell, if they could do just as much business without the website, they would not care about the website. What they care about are the offers. They care about the results of what you're doing. And so if you want to develop a high-value business, you have to develop high-value offers. So here's the thing. Stop selling websites. Stop selling digital marketing and graphic design. Stop selling SEO. Stop selling social media. Now, I don't mean stop doing those things. I mean stop selling those things. There's a huge difference between selling those things and doing those things. And the point is, you need to do those things in order to generate the outcomes, but you should be selling the outcomes, not the stepping stones to the outcomes. Does that make sense? So here's the thing. Let me go at it from a slightly different direction. The website is not the outcome, right? The digital marketing, the social media marketing, the social media management, the graphic design, the responsive design, all of those things, none of those things are the outcome. The outcome is things like more phone calls, more sales, more leads, more clients, more revenue, whatever it is that your client does. Like if you're working with authors and writers, more readers, more people at book signings, more people interested in the next book that the author writes, more speaking engagements. Those are the outcomes that your clients really care about. Putting a email opt-in form connecting to MailChimp or whatever, not an outcome. That is a stepping stone. So what I'm trying to say here is you want to transform your offers so that you're selling the outcomes, the results, not the stepping stones to get the results. And here's the thing, people are not motivated by stepping stones. So when you start saying things like, I'm going to do digital marketing and content creation and blogging and all of these different things, they may sound good depending on how familiar your client is with the types of things you're talking about. Like if they know what SEO even stands for and you say SEO, then maybe they think, okay, good, search engine optimization, whatever, that sounds like a good idea. But nobody really cares about that. What they really care about is the outcome of having done those things. So if you can do that stuff, great, keep doing that stuff, but don't sell that stuff. Does that make sense? When I talk about selling those things, what I mean is when you're interacting with your clients and you're talking about projects and putting proposals together and things like that, the emphasis doesn't need to be and shouldn't be on the stepping stones, and instead it should be on the outcomes. And that's the thing, because people are motivated by results. They're not motivated by stepping stones. So that's what I'm trying to put forth to get in today's little talk here, which is if you want to transform your business, you need to transform what you're offering. And if you want to break away from what everyone else is doing, you need to break away from offering technical solutions. Here's another way of saying it. Don't try to be the outsourced web development department for other people's businesses. Don't try to be that. And because if that's what they want, they can go to Upwork and do that, right? So like if the business that you're trying to work with, if all they want is an outsourced web development department, they can put together the spec sheet or the tech requirements or whatever, the request for proposal, whatever it is that you want to call it, they can put that plan together, submit it to some place like Upwork, and then all the thousands of people that are willing to work for peanuts, they're going to go out there and apply for that quote. And that's not leadership. Like we talked about last week, that's not leadership. It's not integrity either. Now, that's not to say that the people that are doing that have no integrity. It means that they're not using integrity and they're not using leadership to guide and lead their clients. And instead, what they want to do is they just want to submit the request for proposal. They hopefully win the job. And then they want to make their clients happy by checking off the technical to-do list and doing all the things on the list and then getting paid for their work. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not like people that do that lack integrity. But what is wrong with that is it's not a high value proposition. That's not the sort of stuff that really motivates people. It's not even really the stuff that kind of helps people. Because why would you assume that the people that are coming in and putting these requests for proposals in that presumably don't know all the things about, they don't know anything about how WordPress works, they don't know about social media, they don't know about digital marketing. That's why they're requesting a proposal, because they know they need help in this area. So why would anyone assume that they can come up with a better online marketing strategy than you can when you're the one who is the internet expert? So all of that is to say that you need to start leading your clients and doing it with integrity. And the integrity part is knowing that you're working on stuff that's going to generate an outcome for your client, which then, of course, means you have to transform your offers. So rather than offering something that is basically just a checklist of saying, yes, 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 I can do all the technical stuff, offer the things that generate the outcomes. And if you can do that, if that's the kind of relationship that you can establish with your clients, and if that's the kind of stuff that you're offering, that's the kind of stuff that fundamentally transforms your business and changes the way that you interact with your clients. It changes the way you think about your business. It changes the way you think about your clients. It changes the way your clients think about you. And you're not the same as the thousands of people frantically trying to get these low budget projects on sites like Upwork. And you've transformed what you're offering. You're not just offering a technical solution, you're offering more clients, you're offering more revenue, you're offering more people to read books. Whatever it is that your client does, you're offering more of the stuff that they really want. That's the point. That's how you transform your business. And step 2 is transforming your offers. So there we go. That's step 2 of the 5-step process to a 6-figure WordPress business. So, all right, so we've done all that cool stuff. And if you have any questions about any of this and you want to talk more about what it means to transform your offers based on your skill set and based on your target audience and based on the kinds of people you tend to work with, then give me a call and we'll talk about that. So you can go over to doublestack.net/call, and there you're going to find my personal schedule where you can sign up for a call. Me and you will talk. And so if you go to doublestack.net/call, pick a time that works for you, and that will put you on my calendar. And then what you can do is right after that, you're going to see a little form with a couple of questions. Fill out that form real quick, and that'll tell me a little bit more about who you are, the kind of sites you build, the kind of people you work with, that kind of stuff, so that when we get on the call, it will be awesome. So whatever it is that you're struggling with, whether it's your marketing, whether it's the kind of stuff that you put on your own website, whether it's your target audience, whether it's how you can start building recurring revenue right now, like what kind of systems can you put in place for your business so that you can begin to generate recurring revenue with your clients. And when you do that, that's the kind of stuff that scales your business. Now, here's a quick side note about scaling your business. Everybody says scales, everybody says grow your business. Here's what I really mean. I actually really mean that you'll make more money as time goes on. That's what I mean by scaling your business. And I don't mean you just win more projects, because the kind of projects that you win makes a really big difference. And here's the thing. Just think about it like this. If you're on like a horizontal plane, if you're on a line and you're winning more clients, you win a client here, then you win a client here, and then you win a client here, the problem with that is your income is very horizontal, because you win, let's say you're selling $1,000 websites or whatever. You make $1,000 here, $1,000 here, $1,000 here, and you have this line of $1,000 projects. And of course, the reality is it's never even like that. We'll talk about the feast or famine problem later. But the general gist of it is, if every time you work with a client, that represents one essential paycheck for you, then you have to keep finding clients and you keep having this $1,000, per month kind of revenue stream. But if you can generate recurring revenue, then you begin to stack the value. So you get a client here, then you get another client, and then another client, and then another client, and you begin to scale. This is the kind of stuff that balloons. It snowballs. That's what I mean when I talk about scaling your business. I don't just mean winning more $194 projects on Upwork. That's not good. I mean, you're never going to be able to really scale your business on that, because the value of the projects is too low and there's no recurring revenue. So you have to constantly chase clients, and that's stressful. It's unpredictable. It's not the way you want to go if you want to really scale your business, but it is the way that almost all WordPress developers go. And I'm not just making it up, I'm telling you from the statistics. Like, I looked at all of those reports, and you could look at them too, and you'll see that most WordPress developers are not scaling, they're not growing their business, and they're fighting for these really low value projects. So if you want to talk about how you can break free from that and instead transform your business into something that actually generates positive outcomes, that actually makes an impact, that makes a difference for the clients that you work with, and makes a difference for you and your business, that's what you need to do. That's why I'm putting my schedule out there, so we can talk about that stuff and find out what does it mean for you if you want to put systems in place that generate recurring revenue for your business, for your clients, for the people that you work with. So head over to doublestack.net/call, and you'll see my schedule. Pick a time that works for you, and we will get on the phone and talk about that stuff. So we're not going to be talking together on Thursday because of the 4th of July holiday. So it's going to be a week before we get together again next Tuesday. But in the meantime, if you have questions or you want to continue this conversation, go ahead and leave some comments in the comment field here below. And I'll keep an eye on that throughout the week. We'll be talking about that stuff. And then next Tuesday, we'll get together for step 3 of the 5-step process to building a 6-figure business. So there you go. Step 2, transform your offers. We'll talk about step 3 next week. And in the meantime, if you want to talk to me about what you can do for your business, specifically how you can figure out what rates to charge, how you can attract the kind of clients that you want out of your target audience, and what should you do for your marketing and things like that, that's what we can talk about on the phone. So head over to doublestack.net/call, pick a time that works, and then you'll be on my calendar and we'll talk. So, all right, guys, so that's it. High five for now. Boop. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. Talk soon.